Hey guys, Smokin' Eagles Rod Shop. We're back with another video. I know it's been a little bit of time since our last video, but we're busy trying to get things done. So we've got about 2.5 weeks to thrash the truck and get it ready for the big St. Ignace car show that we're going to be going to. I've got some plans. I got a spare tire mount that I want to put on the bottom of the truck. I ordered all that hardware. It just showed up. We've got brand new seat covers for the seats so that they will look brand new again instead of old and dingy. I got these old blanket seat covers, the cool 70s style. They lasted me a while, but it's time to upgrade those. I've also got brand new seat belts that we're going to put in the truck because the old seat belts are just too ratty to save, unfortunately. So we're going to be installing those. But anyway, so keep watching for the videos. We're going to be dumping them as fast as we can, getting stuff done. Don't forget about our t-shirts. If you want a t-shirt, hit me up for 20 bucks. We'll get a t-shirt to you. Support the channel. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell on YouTube so you're up to date on all our videos. Anyway, Matt and I are going to knock these seats out today. Sometimes they can be tricky, sometimes they can't. We didn't buy new foam because the foam in these seats are actually in pretty good shape. And you can't get them right now. So here's what the seats look like right now. Kind of do a little walk around here of them. We took the back off already. It was a lot easier to get it out of the truck. If you take the back off of them, you don't have to do that, but it's just easier that way. We dug all my junk out from inside my little pockets. Got my sweet Winston cup sunglasses. And then, yeah. So we already cut the zip ties off the bottom of this so we can pull this off a little bit and show you guys kind of what the original seat was looking like when I got the truck and why I put the old blanket seat covers on there. So as you can see, she's pretty rough. And this is actually, I believe this is actually something that somebody else has already done over once. Repaired once. So anyway, we will get this party started, guys. See you in a few. All right, guys, so we got the cover off of here, as you can see. The foam's actually in really good shape. This is the driver's side. It's a little rough. That's to be expected. It's a lot better than most I see. You can't buy this right now. Normally, big guys like LMC and some other places carry this foam, but most of them that I've been looking up, for whatever reason, they are out of stock and they have no back orders. So I don't know if the plants are just shut down or their distributors can't get the stuff. I don't know, but we're just gonna reuse this foam because it's not terrible, and we're gonna go on with life. So when you do these seat covers, the trick is, or one of the tricks, is you want to put your new stuff out in the sun and let it warm up, because then the vinyl gets a little more pliable. So we've set ours out here in the sun for a couple of hours, well, maybe an hour and a half. And she's nice and warm. Ooh. So we're gonna carry this inside. We'll start with the bottom one first. We'll leave the top one out here so it can continue to bake in the sun. And we'll see if we can get this on there. Now there's lots of videos online of different places like Brothers and LMC Truck, Kevin Tate's, and these guys installing these kits. So I'm not going to go through and explain every single step of what we're doing, because there's plenty of other much better videos that explain this and show the whole process. So we're just going to knock it out, and we'll stop the video and zoom in on any issues that we might come across or anything. But other than that, you guys can enjoy us trying to figure out how to fit this giant pillow in the new pillowcase. All right, see you in a few. All right, guys, we're back. So Matt and I successfully got the seat cover on the bottom seat. It's a little bit of a struggle. You got to take your time. It's a tight fit, which is the way they want it. They don't want a bunch of big nasty wrinkles in it or anything. So we've got it where it's got a little bit of a wrinkle right there, and I know that's from the old foam because we reuse the old foam. Normally right now you would use your hog ring pliers and you would put all your hog rings on there, and that would hold this in place permanently. We're not actually going to do that because I kind of got an idea. Just like when we set this outside to kind of warm it up and make it a little more pliable, I think what Matt and I are going to do is carry this out and set this on our board out there. Get the top half for the back of the seat. We'll do it and we'll let this sit out in the sun and get nice and warm. And then we can bring it back in and put the hog rings on it. And maybe it will have kind of settled into the foam a little bit before we make it, 100% permanent. But I'm really happy with it. If this is the way it ends up, 1,000 times better than it was before. Couple spots, like I said, we'll let it get warm and kind of figure out where it wants to be, and then we can work the foam around a little bit and kind of figure out exactly what it's going to look like when it's done. The only thing I don't like about these factory seats, the old blanket seats that I bought, they've actually got pockets in the front. If you look here, this aftermarket seat, it's got these sweet little pockets. You can stick your sunglasses or your little chunks of note paper or your oil checking rag. Whatever the case may be, you can stick down in those little pockets, and these factory seats don't have those. The companies that make these seats really should make an upgraded version of these. It just has, the pockets across the front. Maybe like one in the middle, maybe one wide one, or maybe a wide one with a stitching in the center to divide, driver from passenger. Then you can hang your sunglasses on the front of your seat or something, or jam a beer in there, whatever. But anyway, we will get back at it. We'll try and get the top one done for you guys here, and see if we can't get this back in the truck today. See you in a few. right, guys, we're back. Matt chopped his finger wide open. Had to get a Band-Aid on there.
Band-Aid it.
Look at that. I told him to use electrical tape, but he wanted to get fancy. So we got the top cover off of that, the back seat, and it was just a blanket with about 80 gazillion hog rings in it. I know why they recovered these seats. This one looks a little gross over here. I'm sure that'll wash right out. So anyway, we got about 900 more hog rings to go to get the original seat cover off of here. And then we'll show you guys what the foam looks like and get our new cover on the back. So here we go. Hopefully Matt can keep himself from getting hurt again.
No,
probably not. Alright guys, so we got the old nasty cover off of there. The foam actually doesn't look too bad. A little bit down here in the bottom, which is typical. And then we've got this here, which is a little concerning. And looks like this had a hole in it at one time. And look, there's a couple of freaking acorns in there, walnuts. So at some point, I don't know if they got this seat from the junkyard or something, but this foam had this hole in it and they fixed it with this fluff. We're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna put the fluff back in there because it worked good, so we can live with it. So we'll stick this back in here.
It's the middle seat. Nobody sits there anyways.
And I think I might have a little bit of fluff laying around here I can stick down in the bottom of there and make that look really good. And we put the cover over there. Nobody will ever even know. It's a center seat anyway, so. Yep. So that's what we got going on there, guys. Now the trick with these that I've learned is when you put a seat cover on one of these seats like this, they can kind of get sticky and stuck, and they don't want to fit too good because they give them a nice snug fit so you don't have any wrinkles or anything like that. We're probably going to have a few wrinkles in these corners just because this is older foam and it's not going to fill out like new foam would. But that's fine, we can live with that. It'll be 1,000 times better than it was before. Big trick is take a trash bag, cut it down the side, put the trash bag over top of your seat, put your seat cover on. It'll slide right over the trash bag because it's a smooth, slick material. And then once you get your seat cover on there about 90% where you want it, you can just grab that trash bag, lift it up, slide the trash bag out, and continue on. So anyway, we will knock that out, see if I can't find a little more foam to just kind of make sure this is nice and flat in here. We don't want a big bulge in the middle of our new seat cover. That wouldn't look good. But yeah, all right, we'll see you guys in a few. Alright guys, we're back. So we got this all hog ringed on here. It fit right on there. We didn't even need to use a trash bag on this one. I'm assuming it's because we used the old foam. Yeah, back looks pretty good. It's a little soft in the corners, but again, that's that old foam doing that. There's the front. I think it turned out really good.
I like it.
And it should kind of loosen up a little bit, kind of come to life a little bit as we use it. So we'll set this off to the side and we will go grab the bottom, bring it in. It should be nice and warm now and a little more pliable, and we should be able to kind of get her centered up right the way we want it and get the hog rings in that. And we can start marking to bolt this thing back together, because we got to cut a couple of small holes in the bottom to put the bolts in for the back and bolts for the seat tracks. Other than that, then we can toss her back in the truck and we can get on our seat belts. All right, guys, we're back. So Matt and I tossed the seat in here, got her all bolted down, put the center seat belts in because they were easier to do with the back of the seat off. And this is what we got compared to what we had before. I think it turned out really good. It matches these the new door panels perfectly. I think it's starting to look really sharp. These new seat belts look really good. I think it's all coming together. It's 1,000 times better than it was before. I guess I could have got new foam if it was available, but this foam worked just fine. And our little patch in there worked out great. You don't even know where it was now, somewhere in this vicinity. Yeah, like I said, again, the only thing I think these seats needed is a little pouch. A little pouch or a beer holder, but we've got our little console here that I made. So we got plenty of cool stuff. We keep our little cassettes in here so we can jam out to Metallica or whatever we want to do. Pretend we got mullets. Alright guys, until next video, just remember, Smokin' Eagles Rod Shop. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you can keep up with all our shenanigans and laugh with us or laugh at us. But as long as you're laughing, peace.